Good afternoon, students. Welcome back to your English class. Well, today in our class, we are going to continue the discussion of the previous papers. I was doing it before. Now, for today's class, we'll go for parts of speech. You have another question, parts of speech, which has 6 questions, each carrying half mark. So it's for 3 marks. Some papers on it. The question is given like this: identify the parts of speech of the underlined words. Excuse me. Excuse me, students. It's underline, identify the parts of speech, 6 into half, 3 marks. Fine. Now we'll identify the parts of speech. I was telling you the 8 parts of speech: noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, interjection. So now we are going to apply those 8 parts of speech on the sentence. Look into the first one. Oh dear. You can see an exclamatory mark. Exclamatory words are called interjections. They are called as interjections. So we can see the question is oh dear. So this is interjection. Now here I am teaching you not only the underlined word, but we'll go for the entire sentence. I've told you previously, when we are able to identify every word, then it becomes easier for us. And no doubt we will have any confusion in the sentences, in the parts of speech. Oh dear, what happened? The sentence is what happened. No doubt happened is a verb. There's no doubt. What happened is verb. Now coming to what. So this is interjection. It has nothing to do with the sentence. It adds, interjections add essence to the sentence, but they don't frame the sentence. You understand, students? So oh dear has nothing to do with the sentence. Now what happened? Now you know every part of a sentence will have subject, verb, minimum subject, verb. Now when you know happened is the verb, so obviously what is an interrogative pronoun? Fine. What is interrogative pronoun? So this is your first sentence. Fine. Next one. Sneha found her cat outside. Sneha, we can understand it is a noun. Found, no confusion, it's a verb. Her cat. Cat, again no doubt, it is a noun. Outside. Found where? Outside. Okay, don't get confused, it's a preposition. It is not showing the position. It is not showing the position of the noun, but it is showing the verb's modification. Where she found outside. So this is adverb. Please don't get confused, students. Sneha is noun, found is verb. Found where? Outside. So you can understand found where. So it is answering the question where? Outside. So it is adverb. Cat, no doubt it is a noun. Her. So now our question is her. Her cat. So we'll have a look into it. Okay. found her cat outside. Sneha found her cat outside. Now I told you found is verb, cat is noun. Now what is her? This is the question what we are going with. Now generally when I say her cat, it is possessive pronoun. When I say her cat means the cat belongs to Sneha. So we will think that her is a possessive pronoun. You must have remembered, students, I told you pronouns. Okay, you have subjective case, objective case, and you have possessive case. I've taught you. You have three, that is subjective case, objective case, and possessive cases. Now say for example, I say, he gave me. Sorry. He gave me. He is the subjective case. Okay. Next I will say, I gave him. Sorry. I gave him. So, him is the objective case. Now when we are coming to possessive cases, okay, his bag. Now you have his is because the bag belongs to him. This is his bag. Or this bag is his. Okay. Say for example, I'll say, this bag is his. So this is also possessive. I repeat, students, please don't get confused. Understand carefully. He gave me or she gave me. Okay. This is also subjective case. I gave him or I gave her, subjective case. This is her bag or this bag is hers. So her and hers are possessives. You can understand? They are possessives. So remember, whenever you have his bag, her cat, anything like that, first you have to check like this. Okay, his bag, this bag is his. Her bag, this bag is hers. Means even when you're changing, it should individually stand. The meaning, because pronouns are used instead of noun. Students, pronouns are used instead of nouns. So here you can understand that they are individual. They individually will be able to stand. This bag is his. You don't need a noun on the side. This bag is hers. You don't need a noun on the side. But when you're coming to this question, Sneha found her cat outside. Try to change Sneha's cat found hers. Okay, you can't change. See, Sneha found her cat. Even if you're changing into passive voice, Sneha's cat was found outside. But individually, can you say hers? It is Sneha's cat. This cat is Sneha's. Or individually hers. Then it is a pronoun. But because it individually can't stand, remember students, this individually can't stand. So this is, so her is adjective, possessive adjective. Can you see? This is a adjective. So please don't get confused. Her is modifying the noun. It is not used instead of the noun, but it is modifying the noun, because when you try to change the sentence, it is not able to stand individually, so it is not a pronoun. So now you must have understood. Next is, Meena doubts if she passed the test. Meena, no doubt, it is noun. Doubts is verb. We leave if. She will pass. She is a pronoun. Will pass is a verb. The is article. Test is noun. So we have two clauses. You remember, students, I told when two clauses or two sentences are combined, it is a conjunction. Meena doubts. Meena passed the test. 2. So it is combined with if. So this is conjunction. Ima is smart and beautiful. Ima, no doubt, it is noun. Is a linking verb. It's a linking verb. Smart, adjective. Because it's modifying Ima. How is Ima? Smart. How is Ima? Beautiful. Both are adjectives. And is conjunction. It's a conjunction because you must be having a doubt. There are two words joined. When two words join, it is not a conjunction. Only when two clauses or two sentences join, it's a conjunction. But here you can see two sentences. Ima is smart, Ima is beautiful. But instead of repeating again, I said Ima is smart and beautiful. So this represents Ima is beautiful. So this is conjunction. I suppose you understand. The bridegroom looked so handsome. The is article. It's article. Bridegroom is noun. Looked is verb. We don't have any doubts about it. Handsome. Now what is handsome? Generally when we see handsome, we think it is an adjective. But please look very, very carefully, students. Is it modifying a noun or is it modifying a verb? The bridegroom is handsome. The bridegroom is handsome means I'm talking about the bridegroom. It's a noun, so this will become an adjective. But now I'm not saying bridegroom is handsome. I'm saying bridegroom looked handsome. Looked is verb. So because this is modifying the verb, this is an adverb. Fine. So, what is so? That is also adverb. I told you, students, adverbs modify. They modify verb, adjective, and adverb. They modify verb, they modify adjectives, they modify adverbs. So anything which is modifying this is called adverb. The new car broke down. The is article, car is noun. Which car? New car. So because it's modifying the noun, it is adjective. Broke down. Look at this carefully, students. This is together a word. Broke down, together is a word. It's a phrasal verb. That means it's a verb. It's a phrasal verb, which means it's a verb. Now, we'll see the other one. Okay? Identify the parts of speech of the underlined words. The sea is very stormy. I repeat, the is article, sea is noun, is a verb, it's a linking verb, very stormy. Okay, please remember a blunt mark, students, whenever you have a linking verb, this is going to become adjective because it's modifying the sea. How is the sea? Sea is stormy. So because it is modifying the sea, this is adjective. The sea is stormy. She is beautiful. So because we are talking about the sea, it is modifying the sea, this is called adjective. Now just now I have explained you, anything which modifies a verb or an adjective or adverb is called adverb. So very is adverb. Right. Next one. When you are called, you must come in at once. You can see the sentence. You are called, you must come at once. So these two sentences are joined by when. So this is conjunction. Okay. You must come in at once, you are called. That's the meaning. But because we use the conjunction in the starting, we divided the sentence with a comma. You know the rules. So when you are called, you must come in once. So this is conjunction. The underlined word is conjunction. You, pronoun. Are called, verb. You, again pronoun. Must come, verb. This is an auxiliary verb. This is a modal verb, you know. In, at once, come in, preposition. At once means immediately. You must come. Come when? At once. Did you understand? So this is adverb. Please don't get confused. Keep on working, you will easily understand. So, you must come. Come when? Immediately. At once means what? Immediately. You must come immediately. So, in is preposition. Into the room. At once. Time. It's showing the time. So, adverb of time. So, it's adverb. He often makes mistakes. Again, we have he is a pronoun, makes is verb, mistakes is noun. He makes what? Mistakes. So it's a noun. Often it's modifying the verb. So adverb. That's all. He pronoun, often is an adverb, makes is verb. When he is making, often he is making. It's showing the adverb of time. What is making? Mistakes. It's an object. So it's a noun. Fine. Next one. I will teach him a lesson. I is pronoun. Will teach is a verb. Future tense. Him, pronoun again. Subjective pronoun, objective pronoun. I will teach him. A, article. Lesson, noun. I will teach him a lesson. Let us go up the hill. Okay, so this is a little complicated. Let us go up the hill. Right. Let us go up the hill. Let us go up the hill. Now, when we look into the sentence, it can be a request. It can be a request saying, you let us go up the hill. So, you is hidden, declined. You know, it's not shown. So, this is going to be the subject. This is going to be subject. And let us go up the hill is going to be the predicate form. So when this is subject, the hidden you. He's taking a request. You let us go. Us means over here I and she. Us means I and she. Let us means I and she. You let us. Let both of us go up the hill. So because this is a predicate part and this is subject part, then let is going to be the verb. Did you understand, students? Then let is going to be the verb. Then in that case, this is rule 1. In this case, let is going to be the verb. I suppose you understood, students. This is verb. Now we have rule 2. Let us go up. Let us go up the hill. Let us go up the hill. I am not taking request from anybody. I am just giving a suggestion. I am just giving a suggestion. I am suggesting. Let us go up the hill. Let us. So here us means you and I. Let us. Let both of us. You and I. So I'm not taking permission from anybody. I'm not asking or requesting anybody. I'm saying we are bored inside the house. Let us go up the hill. Let us enjoy walking up the hill. That's the meaning. So if in this case, let is not going to be the main word because go is going to be the main verb. So this is going to be the verb form. Go up. Up is preposition. And the is article. Hill is noun. Now when this becomes a main verb, let is going to be a modal verb. Modal verb like, shall we go up the hill? Can we go up the hill? Must we go up the hill? So these are modal verbs. In the same way, shall we go? Let us go. Oh, let us go. So then this is going to become the modal verb. No. Have you understood, students? You don't need to write modal verb or you don't need to write main verb. You just write verb. That's all. If at all a question is asked, what is let? Simple, it is verb. But for you to understand of rules, rule 1 and rule 2. I separated. Can you see? This is rule 1 and this is rule 2. Let us go, rule 1 is a main verb. Let us go up the hill. When it is a suggestion, it is modal verb. Fine. So, let us go up the hill. You can understand. Let is verb. Us is pronoun. Go again is verb. If this is main verb, this is going to become a modal. In sense, your non-finite verbs. If this is going to become modal verb, then this is going to become main verb. Up is preposition. The is article. Hill is noun. I consider the man trustworthy. I is pronoun. Consider, verb, action. I consider. The is article. Man is noun. I consider the man. Consider what? Consider what? Trustworthy. So it's an adverb. Next one. Identify the parts of speech of the underlined words. He is a great person. Oh, this is very, very easy. Easily you can write down. He, pronoun. Very simple these are. Is, verb. A, article. Great, adjective, because it's modifying the person. Noun. They won the game. They, pronoun. Won, verb. The, article. Game, noun. This is his purse. Now you can see, understand? This is his purse. You can also write this as this purse is his. This is his purse. This purse is his. So here, when you're writing, this is his purse. So this is standing as a pronoun, because this is subject and this is predicate. So subject will have noun or pronoun. So this is subject, so this is a pronoun. Is a verb. Purse, whose purse? His purse. It is individually standing. It is not based on a noun. So this is a possessive pronoun. And purse is noun. So like that. But is conjunction. You already know. He played well. He was defeated. Two sentences you join. He played well but defeated. He played well but he was defeated. Oh is an interjection. Writes is a verb. So you can understand. Next one. Yamini is the smartest girl in the class. Yamini is noun. Is verb. The is article. Smartest adjective because it's modifying the noun girl. In is the preposition. The is article. Class is noun. The racing car, the article. Car is noun. Which car? Racing car. So adjective. Rounded. Rounded means you can see moving. So this is verb, students. The is article. Corner is noun. Place. Name, place, animal, thing. So place. The flowers, article. Flowers, noun. In the garden. In is preposition. The is article. Garden is noun. Look, verb. Beautiful. I'm talking about the flowers. Flowers, beautiful. So this is adjective. The old man is article. Old man. Man is noun. Old is modifying the man. So it is adjective. Walked, verb. Slowly. How he walked? Very slowly. So this is adverb. I suppose you can understand. When I went, there are two sentences. Because it is joining the two sentences, it is conjunction. Oh God, interjection. Okay. I went to his house. He was still eating. Oh God, I forgot to lock the door. So you can understand, when you're going for every word like this, students, you will easily be able to understand every word's role in the sentence. And when you're able to identify like that, parts of speech becomes very, very easy for you. So with that, we have completed the parts of speech. Okay. And we are going to have some other previous, paper discussion on some other day. So till then, thank you. Have a nice day.